Hey, it's your boy Z, aka Zytheus here. Welcome to another edition of Snap in 5, where I'll give you all the top news and information from Marvel Snap this week in 5 minutes or less. Let's jump to it. We are now 2 weeks into the new Marvel Snap season, Marvel Rivals, and so much has been shaken up this past week. In case you weren't aware, last Thursday, Second Dinner released a really big OTA that completely shook up Marvel Snap. The most significant change, in my opinion, was a nerf to Arishem that has been a staple of the meta and probably one of the most hated cards to play against. I know I hated playing against it. It now has the ability, game start, shuffle 12 new cards into your deck. On turn 3, get +1 max energy. This is a massive change, as first off, you don't get the bonus energy until turn 3, so no more turn 1 Loki shenanigans. In addition, the cards you get added to your deck are new cards, so it doesn't have the chance to give you a second Shang-Chi or Alioth if you already have it in your deck. I think Second Dinner crushed it on this one as a way to still tone down the card but make it fun for people who like Arishem. Now, a buff that I think is really interesting is reducing the cost of Cerebro from a 3 cost down to a 2 cost. This is be a fun way to revive that archetype and bring forth all different Cerebro decks. If you want a further breakdown of the OTA and some decks for each card in the OTA, definitely check out my man Pulse Glazer at Snap Judgements with his OTA breakdown video. Let's take a look at the new card this week and the spotlight cache for it. We have Doom 2099 this week, and it's accompanied by Daken and Miek. Doom 2099 is a 4-cost 2-power card that has the ability, after each turn, add a Doombot 2099 to a random location if you played exactly one card. The Doombot 2099 is a 4-cost 2-power card with the ability, ongoing. Your other Doombots in Doom have +1 power. Now, if you watch my other videos, I said there's only 2 cards this month I was going for, and it was last week's card, Penny Parker, and this week's card in Doom 2099. This card has a lot of hype around it, as it is a card that you will create a new type of deck archetype in Marvel Snap. Whenever you see that, there's a lot of buzz around it, positive and negative, as this is a card you can build a deck around. You can also splash this in other decks, as it has some flexibility if you don't want to build around it. Now, this month and the coming months have some amazing cards coming out, so if you decide to spend your resources on this card, please note, I don't think this card will break the meta or necessarily help you climb to infinite. I think this card will be a ton of fun in Marvel Snap, and if you have the resources, then I think it'll be a great card to add to your collection. I think for early collection level players, this card is nice because it can fit into an ongoing deck, but I believe there are better cards you may not have yet that I prioritize over this one, even as soon as next week in High Evolutionary. But more to come on that on next week's video. Now, if you are later in your collection level and want to build a new deck with this archetype, then I say go for it. Maybe I'm wrong and this card will be really good and help you climb. In game, I think it should be pretty fun, as every turn after this is played, as long as you play exactly one card, this lane will get a Doombot, and that lane will get a Doombot, and you will spread the power pretty wide. This card has some great synergy with Dr. Doom, of course, as the Doombot 2099s will buff Dr. Doom and his Doombots. Also, since it's a 4-cost, you will pair it with Zabu and Psylocke. Outside of those cards, you might see the return of Sandman, as this is a perfect card to play on turn 5 with this deck. You may also see a little sprinkle of Spectrum, as she will buff all ongoing cards in the field. I personally will be spending keys on this one, as I don't have enough tokens, so please wish me luck as I roll the dice and hope it doesn't take me 4 keys to get this card. Now let's take a look at the other 2 cards in this cache that will accompany Doom 2099. As we look at the other cards in this cache, I believe this is by far the worst cache of the month. First off, they put Doom 2099 with 2 Series 4 cards, which is already a red flag to me, and I don't like it. Secondly, the cards they put in here, Miek and Daken, are very underwhelming. Miek used to be the one drop to have in your discard decks until Scorn showed up and took over that role in all discard decks. Daken may actually be one of the worst cards in Marvel Snap in its current state, and it's sometimes fun with some Moon Girl and the ability to discard and destroy the blade he creates, but both cards are not necessary to add to your collection. So if you want Doom 2099, spend tokens, as both of these cards are not good and I think you can skip on. If you want a deeper breakdown of this week's new card and the cache, you should go check out Ankh and his video series 2 Key or Not 2 Key, reviewing Doom 2099 and the Spotlight cache. I really like this video for Doom 2099 as he breaks down the strategy for this card and does a great breakdown of the amount of Doombots you'll have on the board depending on which turn you play Doom 2099 and how much power goes along with that. He'll also cover combos, counters, day 1 deck ideas, and how it stack ranks to other cards compared to Doom 2099. Now, to wrap this episode up, let's take a quick look at the top decks in the meta. The top 5 decks are, number 1, a Fenris Discard as the new number 1 deck, a Wiccan Gore deck, the God Butcher staying relevant, coming in at number 2, the Silver Surfer Galacta deck, A Galacta and Emperor Hulkling deck? I was shocked to see this deck in the top 5, mostly because it has Emperor Hulkling in it and it works. And rounding at number 5 is a Penny Galacta deck. If you want a more in-depth breakdown of these decks and to see what 6 through 10 are, I would check out Alex Coccia's weekly breakdown of the top 10 decks in Marvel Snap. If you like this video, please hit that like and subscribe button below. I'll be coming to you every week with Marvel Snap content in 5 minutes or less as you prepare for your week of play in Marvel Snap. If there is any information you are looking for each week in a short form content around Marvel Snap, please leave a comment below with the idea and I'll add it to future videos. Also, if you're a creator and you'd like me to feature and promote your long form content, please message me via my email below. That's all I have for you this week. I hope you have a great week, great pulls, and lots of cubes in the future. Look forward to seeing you next week. See ya.